Hey everybody, and welcome to the Lifestyle Fanatic. This is episode 12, titled A Mother's Honest Post. I recently read an article online titled Mom Who Shared Controversial Post About How to Love a Child You Didn't Plan to Have Speaks Out. What drew me in was the cover photo of the article of a young mother and a crying daughter sitting right next to her. I'm a mom of 3 girls, and I can totally relate to this image. But not only can I relate to the image, I can relate to the story as well, which is about a 23-year-old young lady who became pregnant at 21. She had recently posted an Instagram post about her struggles as a young mom. And she received a lot of backlash from this post. On July 29th of this year, 2018, the young lady shared a photo of herself sporting a tired expression as her 2-year-old daughter is shown crying, which is the cover image of the article. Her caption to the post was, quote, "No one teaches you how to love a child you didn't plan to have," end quote. Despite the backlash, she says she's glad that she spoke out and hopes that women everywhere could be empowered to speak their truths as well. There are a lot of mothers out there, and there are a lot of young mothers, and mothers are getting younger, and it's something that should not be. But there are a lot of young mothers out there, or even not so young mothers, that didn't exactly plan the pregnancy, or maybe they wanted the pregnancy or planned the pregnancy, and afterwards they realized that maybe that's not exactly what they wanted or what they needed. But you have a child now, so there you are with your responsibility. You can say they put themselves in that situation. We all do things. We all, say, for example, take up a job, and you think it's going to be the best job ever. It may turn out that way, and it may not. You may realize, oh, I hate this, or not even I hate this, but this isn't what I thought it would be. This isn't giving me the fulfillment, the pleasure that I thought it would, or I am not capable of doing this job. Just like being a mother. Maybe, I can speak for myself. I really can't personally speak for anyone else, but I know there has been several times where I've said, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't physically, mentally, emotionally. I can't do this. And it's just like any other job. It's just like any other part of life. Even if it's something you love, a hobby. There are times when you just want to quit. Being a mother, you cannot do that. So the young woman spoke to People magazine and says, quote, "I didn't know what I was going through back when I had my first child. I didn't know how to express it. So I thought maybe there's another mother who is experiencing this and she doesn't know what it is," end quote. This is amazing. This is, she's brave. She's brave for saying that because, like I've said before, in this time, and especially in America, you can't say anything. Everything is controversial. No matter what you say, you're going to piss people off. You're going to touch someone's sensitive spot, and everyone has a million sensitive spots. With this, of course, judgmental people are going to say things back, and they're going to have backlash. But then there are lots of people who took this post positively, like myself, who was a mom at 19 for the first time, alone, single mom, had no help, and I didn't know what to do. It would have been nice to have someone, or even a few people, a group, to share my thoughts and feelings with, to know that I'm not alone, I'm not crazy for thinking these things or feeling this way. And that was her whole point to this. She states that the first year of having the child, it was difficult for her because she was finishing up her degree to become a nurse, and she would stay up and change diapers. And I've been there. I worked on my associates as a young single mom and my bachelor's online with 2 kids. And I finished up my bachelor's while I was pregnant with my third kid. She also said, quote, "There were points where I felt like I needed space from my baby because I was with her every single day," end quote. This is, to me, one of the most valuable pieces of anything, assistance, or not even material. This is one of the most valuable things that any parent, mother, father, single, married, rich, poor, whatever, can use, is a break. When you're with this child, yes, that's your child, you love them, but you need a break. You need to be an adult. You need to be a woman. You need to be a man. You need to be a couple. You need to be yourself outside of being a parent. And society tries to make you feel guilty for thinking or doing otherwise. Now, no, you do not belong out every weekend. You do not belong up in the club overnight, unless it's, maybe a once in a while thing. You do not belong on Tinder, meeting up with multiple people when you have a child at home to take care of. Don't drop your kids off with grandma or whoever all the time. God, please don't leave them alone. There's enough news stories about that. But you do need a break. You get frustrated. You get tired. You just need a break. She also mentioned something that to me was brutally honest and hard to admit, but true. She says, quote, "The reality is I don't want to be a mother every day. I don't want to feel held back from chasing my dreams and goals." Oh my gosh, this is so many of us. She said, "I don't want to be a mother every day. Every day I don't want to be a mom. There's days I go to work and then I go to the gym and I'm having a good day or a bad day, but whatever day I'm having, I'm on my way home on the train and I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm going home to, kids. I'm getting up that morning and I have to get the kids ready and walk them to school, daycare, whatever. And there's times where you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to do it today, or Saturday, like, it's your weekend, your day off, and the kids are still asking you for stuff. You still have to bathe them and help them with homework and whatever else, take them out to their activities, and you just don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to parent today. I don't want to do it. And she also said, "I don't want to feel held back from chasing my dreams and goals." Don't let becoming a parent stop you from becoming what you want to be. If anything, it should somewhat empower you. It should motivate you to do more, to become what you want to be, so that, you can inspire that little one to do the same as well. And also so you can hopefully do something you love that you can support that child successfully with. I tell people all the time, maybe I'm not as maternal as I could be. I can say that for sure. But I put me first. I do. I have a husband. I have 3 kids. I have a home. I have a job. I have responsibilities, but I put me first. And every parent should. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of someone else. You can't do it. So you could call it selfish or whatever you want, but that's what it is. Just like the readers of her post posted rude comments calling her selfish and said, quote, "Why didn't you consider adoption?" End quote. Another one said, "No, I don't agree with, nor do I feel empathy for you." End quote. Okay, well, maybe you don't have kids, or maybe you took this the wrong way, or maybe you're a bit bitter about the way your life is as a parent, or you don't understand your own feelings, so you can't understand someone else's. And don't think she's some single mom. She does have a second kid as well. The father has been there for over 10 years. She actually has 2 children by the man. There were other rude comments stating that she's a bad mother and she doesn't love her child. She said it was frustrating. Quote, "I never said I didn't love my child. I said it was a process to learn to love. I believe love is an action. It is not about butterflies in your belly." Amen. So you meet someone. It's the same thing as when you have a child. You meet someone, it takes time to love them. You get to know them, you get to know their ways, you learn things about them, and you love them. You grow to love them. Or family members. Despite what is taught to us or what is drilled into our heads, you don't automatically love your sibling. You don't automatically love a parent, a grandparent, whoever, a cousin, whatever. You don't automatically love people. Something has to grow. It's not automatic. Yes, when you first have your child, or even while the child is in your belly, you feel this closeness to them. And when they come out, you just adore them. Maybe you don't expect to love them right away. And I applaud her for not throwing around the love word so easily, for defining it as something not so simple to explain. So the outcome of the post wasn't so horrible for her. She said, quote, "I'm glad I went against my fear and posted it. I've learned that a message is gonna reach exactly who it needs to reach. When you're putting something out on the internet, everybody may not love it or understand it. But even if it reaches 1 or 2 people, that's still important. I'm helping those people." End quote. Yes, that is the whole thing. No matter what you put on the internet, it will stay there. It's not going away. It's going to be there. This child is probably going to read this one day or hear about it from someone else and then read it. And I hope the child respects the mother even more for this. And I'm glad that she stands behind what she says and that she feels confident in her words. To finish this off, I just want to say that there are a lot of parents out there, single or not, who struggle with what's going on, how to deal with it and emotions, and how to balance everything. And there could be more support. Even if there was, how many of us would really go to it? There should be, more ways for people to be able to share those feelings. And I freely share to all of you that I am not very maternal. I didn't pick up on that. It took 3 kids to realize it. Most days I really don't want to do it. I'm a very selfish person. I don't like to do a lot of things for others. I like to take care of myself and focus on myself. And there are occasions where I feel like being selfless and doing things for others. And I feel maternal and I want to cook and clean and hold children and do all those things and take the kids to the park. Some days I feel like it, some days I don't. And no one should be ashamed for feeling that way or saying that. So this was an interesting article. I will link it in the show notes so you could read it yourself and take away from it what you like. And I hope you read it with an open mind. So until next time, this is Christy Kelly, the Lifestyle Fanatic.